Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines. India's Union Education Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, has resigned amid mounting pressure over the nationwide NEET-UG 2026 paper leak controversy and weeks of student protests demanding accountability for alleged irregularities in the country's examination system. Pradhan said he had submitted his resignation to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, describing the decision as being in the larger interest of students and the nation's future. In his resignation letter, Pradhan said he was stepping down to ensure that India's youth would not become trapped in a web of confusion. Later, the Cockroach Janta Party formally called off its nationwide protest over the NEET-UG 2026 paper leak, saying it was withdrawing the agitation in good faith after the government accepted its demands. Announcing the decision after talks with government representatives, the party's chief spokesperson, Saurav Das, said the protest was being withdrawn with the understanding that the agreed reforms would be implemented within the promised timeframe. National spokesperson Ashutosh Ranka urged protesters gathered across the country to end demonstrations peacefully and return home. Pakistan is exploring a path towards a resumption of stalled US-Iran talks over ending their nearly 5-month-old war following a push initiated by China. 3 Pakistani sources said the exploratory discussions took place during a visit by Iran's Interior Minister Eskandar Momeni to Islamabad this week, his second within the last 10 days. All 3 sources cautioned that the obstacles to any talks with the US remain high. In a statement, China's foreign ministry said Beijing supports the mediation efforts made by Pakistan and other parties. US President Donald Trump has confirmed that Washington is holding talks with Iran to negotiate an end to tensions, expressing cautious optimism while acknowledging that Tehran is not yet ready to finalize an agreement. Speaking at the White House, Trump claimed Iran was becoming more serious about negotiations. He confirmed that communication between Washington and Tehran was ongoing, yet stressing Iran was still not prepared to reach a final deal. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said exchanges of messages with the United States were continuing, but emphasized that mediation was not the central issue.
President Donald Trump has issued a soft warning to China and Russia, urging them not to supply weapons to Iran. In a social media post, Trump said Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin had assured him they would not provide arms to Tehran. He added that any weapons support for Iran from either country would be very bad for them.
China has reaffirmed its strong support for Iran's sovereignty and called for an early resumption of negotiations to ease growing tensions in the Middle East, as Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi held high-level talks with his Chinese and Russian counterparts during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Foreign Ministers meeting. China also rejected claims attributed to US President Donald Trump regarding Iran, reiterating that Tehran remains Beijing's comprehensive strategic partner. Wang said China firmly supports Iran in safeguarding its sovereignty, security, and national dignity. Russian authorities say a Ukrainian attack on a holiday camp in Russian-held territory in the Zaporizhzhia region killed 11 people, including 4 children. Moscow has accused Kyiv of deliberately targeting civilians. Ukraine has not immediately commented on the allegation. Both Russia and Ukraine deny intentionally targeting civilians in the war. Brazil has reportedly denied visa requests for 2 Trump administration officials who planned to travel to the country and question the integrity of its electoral system, according to Brazilian officials cited by Reuters. The officials said the planned visit could be seen as an attempt to influence Brazil's October presidential election. The vote is expected to pit leftist incumbent Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva against Senator Flavio Bolsonaro, an ally of US President Donald Trump.
Iran's Khatam al-Anbiya Central Headquarters Commander, Major General Ali Abdullahi, has threatened to kill one U.S. service member for every Iranian killed in the conflict. Speaking to Press TV, he said, "For every Iranian martyred, one American soldier will be sent to hell," warning Washington that Iran had prepared free and direct tickets to hell. Iraq has denied a report that Prime Minister Ali al-Zaidi delivered a U.S. ceasefire proposal to Iran on behalf of President Donald Trump. The Iraqi Premier's media office called the report entirely unfounded and said it bore no relation to reality. The denial came after al-Zaidi met Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian amid escalating U.S.-Iran tensions. Deputy Prime Minister Eskandar has met Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi in Kyrgyzstan and stressed the need to build on the commitments of the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding. During the meeting, the two leaders discussed regional tensions, bilateral ties, and the need for dialogue, restraint, and de-escalation. Araghchi also appreciated Pakistan's continued diplomatic support and mediation efforts. Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has condemned President Donald Trump's threat to use US-controlled Iranian assets to pay for future maritime damages, calling it an incendiary precedent. Araghchi warned that if governments normalize the confiscation of another country's assets, no one's assets are safe, and the resulting chaos would not be peaceful.
The Saudi-led coalition in Yemen has said that it carried out strikes on Houthi military sites in Yemen's Hodeidah governorate, saying the sites were used to threaten commercial shipping. The Houthi-affiliated Al Masirah TV said Saudi strikes hit facilities belonging to the State Telecommunications Corporation in Hodeidah city. The broadcaster also said Saudi forces targeted Kamaran Island off Yemen's western coast. In a statement, a spokesman for the Saudi-led coalition in Yemen said Hodeidah port had not been targeted and that all Yemeni ports remained open to maritime navigation and were receiving commercial ships. Member states of the International Criminal Court have voted to dismiss prosecutor Karim Khan for serious misconduct. The president of the court's governing body said the assembly decided by a majority of 82 states' parties that Karim Khan committed serious misconduct and a serious breach of duty and to remove him from office. Khan denies any wrongdoing. His lawyer said Khan will challenge the lawfulness and fairness of the decision through all available legal mechanisms. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.